We got invited to this. This would be the greatest thing ever. There would be no jokes made about it. These would be the greatest people we'd ever met in our lives. But because they didn't, fuck you.
Come with me to a billionaire tech CEO's wedding in the middle of Egypt. Who knew you could rent out the pyramids and the Sphinx for your own wedding? I was there with Lance Bass, Robin Thicke, Mr. Wonderful from Shark Tank, Lindsey Sterling, that amazing violinist. It was the craziest thing ever. Day one after a long flight into Cairo, we were all told to be at Muhammad Ali Palace in Manyal. Most of us had never even been to Egypt, but it was also crazy because the bride and the groom weren't even there yet. They got stuck on safari in South Africa, and they got there about 2.
You know you're having a wild wedding when you get stuck on safari on the way to your wedding.
Just a slight issue.
The pyramids we rented will have to wait. Any circumstance where you're renting something like that and you rock up late, wow.
2 a.m. It was the craziest thing ever. They had light up dancers. There was gifts everywhere. I actually got a lot of cute gifts for Zena. The food was amazing. The drinks were amazing. Day 2, the pyramids and the Sphinx were shut down, and we got to roam around the pyramids, go into the tombs, and go see the Sphinx.
This is when you know you have too much money. You can actually shut down tourist attractions for your own personal benefit.
I disagree. I think these are brokies. As Andrew Tate would say, they're all brokies. They should be shutting down the Eiffel Tower for a week. Make it their own home. You know, build a temporary palace on top of the Eiffel Tower and then get married in there. Have people dangling off the sides.
Oh my goodness.
Tourists around. And if that wasn't crazy enough.
Okay, here's a hypothetical that no one's thought of. Let's just say that once in your life, you go to Egypt to see the pyramids and you happen to be there the day that these dickheads go and rent the whole thing out. And then you find out you've flown all the way to Egypt for your one time in your life to go to Egypt and go see the pyramids. And then some dickhead's got it for his wedding.
You're gonna be pissed.
Yeah.
Then we all got back into our chauffeured cabs, taken to a different hotel to change clothes.
And now that's when you know you're rich, when you have a hotel just to change clothes in between.
Yeah.
In between renting the pyramids.
Yeah.
And go to a Met Gala event at the Grand Egyptian Museum, which isn't even open to the public yet. It's the largest museum on planet Earth, and we had the whole thing to ourselves. There were violinists hanging by strings. There was art. It was completely crazy, with an amazing dinner and awesome guests. Day 3 was all about the wedding.
That's only 2 days into. God.
How long
We
does
were all
this
told
party
to
go
dress.
for?
I mean, yeah, this is another one where I say, like, these people need to invite us. Okay, I'm just going to say this and be very honest. If we got invited to this would be the greatest thing ever. There would be no jokes made about it. These would be the greatest people we'd ever met in our lives. But because they didn't, fuck you. How dare you? Complete and honest jealousy. I can only be very honest.
Black tie extra. Oh, I forgot. Before the wedding, we were all sent a document with designs for outfits.
That's what you need at a wedding, is a document with outfit designs.
There's outfit designs requirement for the wedding.
Yeah.
Oh, that's outstanding.
Now, yesterday when we were at the pyramids, I saw...
Now, I wonder if they had to worry about getting it in their 7K carry-on baggage. Because, you know, it's a long flight. It's expensive to buy baggage to fly there.
I reckon the bride and groom just booked an entire flight for the entire wedding guests across.
Saw this whole building basically being built in the desert. So I took a little video of it. I didn't really know what it was for. And wouldn't you know, the wedding venue. And
They built a venue.
They built a wedding venue just for the... Wow.
Yeah. Now, that's how you know you're having a wedding, is we just built a venue for
built
it.
a venue for it.
I thought this was the craziest thing ever. But it was only venue number 1.
God.
Oh.
Here I am building 3 venues for my wedding, and like now I'm a poor person.
Oh, you are.
4 for the night. So we showed up and there was this whole circular room just...
Now, the irony of this is, like, I'm just going to go out on a limb and say this may not be the strongest marriage ever. Like, you know, these rich people, they could be fine. They could be the biggest, most in love people ever. But there's just as much chance that they're not as much in love. And I think if you're overcompensating with a wedding like this, I tend to think think that the marriage, you're probably overcompensating for something, right? So I do love the fact that like you go to these grand extravagance and it's like kind of the underlying thing is that like this doesn't actually prove you love each other. I mean, it's a fairy tale and whatever, but like the spending $10 on a ring because that's all you can afford generally seems to be like the stronger relationships in my opinion.
Who knows what they're trying to achieve by having this kind of wedding?
Well, they're trying to show the world how they're the most in love.
Just of mirrors so everyone could take photos. Lindsay Sterling was playing violin, so that was super cool.
I mean, I have no idea who that is, but I'm sure it's bloody expensive.
Yeah, it wouldn't be cheap.
What I think that more weddings need is to hire YouTubers to come and react to the wedding live. And so if you're a multi-billionaire out there watching this who wants someone to go sit and watch videos and react to them live at your wedding, we'll do it for only $1 million an hour. So, you know what? Comment below. I can't believe I'm going to do this. 10% off for anyone who comments. Only 900 grand. One-time offer. Expires by the end of this year. So if you're getting married in 3 years, book it now. Money up front. But we will be there.
And we were told to walk up these amazing stairs onto the circular platform as the sun set over the 2 pyramids and the Sphinx as Erica and Ankur got married. And then we went to venue number 2 for after wedding reception drink.
This is like an entire city you need to have. Like, and it's like basically the whole of the city of Cairo you need to have set up for this.
How much? Just think of everything that's gone into making
Just
this
think
happen.
of the traffic that you're causing for this. This is like bigger than a world leader event.
Yeah, I
like,
know. You've set up 4 different locations for your wedding.
Now, another thing is, think of all these dumb people that protest traffic and whatever and CO2 emissions. This thing in its own is probably, this wedding is causing more damage than the entire country of Australia in a year. And yet these people are worried about whatever else when, you know, protest something that, you know, if you were to protest this and disrupt their lives for their wedding, I'm sorry, but like most people would, a lot of more people would actually get behind you than protesting and getting in front of traffic and, you know, disrupting the average person.
Stop talking too much common sense. Okay. Yeah.
And that's when we looked to the pyramids and saw that they actually started lighting up. Then we were told it was now time
They lit up the pyramids for them.
for dinner. And we walked down this whole other pathway to venue number 3, which is where we sat for dinner. And in the center of the dinner tables, Lindsay Sterling came out and gave a killer performance. And then after dinner, we went to venue number 4, which was the party. Robin Thicke came on as he gave an amazing surprise performance. Griffin DJ'd, fireworks were going off. And then right at the end, I became the newest member of NSYNC when I got up on stage and started singing Bye 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 with Lance Bass. Those are the 4 days of Ankur and Erica's wedding. Literally will go down as one of the most insane things of my entire life. I have no idea what this wedding costs. If you have any guess, let me know in the comments. And thanks for coming along.
I mean, you gotta be looking at 50 mil, right?
Oh, well, I was going to say 9 figures, actually.
Possibly, actually.
I was thinking at least 100. If you think right, they would have done this thing from scratch.
So apparently they wanted to do an actual wedding in space.
They wanted to do the wedding. That might have been cheaper. That might have actually been cheaper than what they did.
Now I'm going to go out again and say that we take every single thing we ever said back if you bring us to the second one. If you made it this far, make sure to subscribe so you see our videos next time and watch one of these so you can see more wild shit.